Hi YouTubers, it's me, Michael Brewer, your friendly neighborhood gay guru, reporting to you from this beautiful, beautiful field of rapeseed flowers. I just couldn't get over the beautiful colors, the yellow against the blue sky, and just this amazing power of this field of flowers. Yesterday I began listening to a new series of lectures or classes put out by Oprah and Eckhart Tolle. And it's been a long time since I've let myself in for something new, a new form of teaching, a new source of teaching. But this one just seemed to resonate with me. I gave it a try, and I decided I'm going to go through the whole 10 weeks. And so you'll be hearing a lot about this in the next few weeks from me. And the first thing, the thing that he calls it a shift, that means you get to a point where the teachings just begin to make sense. Either they resonate with you or they don't. And at some point, if they do resonate with you, if you're far enough along on your spiritual path or open enough or have a little resistance enough, he calls it a shift. And I have to say the shift for me worked within about a minute of hearing Eckhart Tolle speaking for the first time, which was really amazing because I did approach it with some degree of skepticism. And what turned it for me is when he talked about flowers. He talked about taking a flower and looking at it like really close, looking at it really close. Not with your mind, not naming it, not labeling it, not with your intellect, but just looking at it. They're just beautiful. Every flower is beautiful. There's no such thing as an ugly flower. They're all beautiful. And why is that? And then that's something that's fascinated me all my life. I've been a macro photographer for at least 20 years. I make films. I make paintings. I just love flowers. I'm a huge gardener myself. I've got all kinds of flowers in my yard. And Eckhart Tolle was the first one to explain to me why that is. Why am I so fascinated? Why is nature something that's so important to me? And that is because flowers are not dense. They don't have the density that we have with our ego minds, with our intellects, with our huge mental capacities. They just are. They're very thin. They're very ethereal. They're ephemeral. They don't last long. And that enables them to channel the universal force, the energy, Om, whatever you want to call it, God force, in a way that's more direct and more compelling and simpler and more powerful than we actually do in most of the times, most of us in our lives. And so that's probably one reason why flowers are so beautiful. I mean, I think it's something that everyone can agree on in this world. I doubt there's anyone in the world that could say they hate flowers. And if they do, well, I'm real sorry for you because you're missing out one of the greatest joys and beauties in this world. And I'd like to extend that to all of nature. Ever since I was a little boy, I have loved nature. In fact, my favorite thing to do up to the age of 5 or 6 or 7, and actually even more recently, is to take off all my clothes and run through nature and just be out in a nature space naked. Somehow removing that skin that separates me from nature is just so satisfying to me, to feel the green stroking me as I go by, and just to be at one with nature. And I guess that's because nature is closer to God. What does that mean? I mean, we're nature too. We're not really separate from nature, and it would be a fallacy to try to separate us from nature. But because of this construct we have in our minds, this intellect ego thing, we are often separated from nature. I mean, you just have to look at our cities and our towns and how we're destroying nature and polluting it to know that we're just not in touch. We're out of touch with nature. We're not at one with nature, which is strange because it's a way of saying we're not in touch with ourselves, because we are nature. We're made of the same stuff as all these flowers and as this sky and of these trees. We too are made of the same materials, and we too have the same God force, universal force, ode, mana, whatever you want to call it, flowing through us. We're not separate at all. And so when we're out in nature, I think that's what makes it so compelling and so attractive to those of us who are fine-tuned to it, is that we feel at one. It's easier when you're out in nature to drop the intellect, to drop the ego, self-talk, and to just be at one with the beauty and to be still. I mean, how could you be surrounded in this beautiful space that you see behind me here and not know that there is a God, not know that there is a universal force, not know that there's an intellect, a consciousness that takes care of every single flower, make sure that it gets fertilized by a bee or a fly or a wind or whatever, and becomes seeds and recreates itself. And so I hope each one of you have the opportunity in your lives to go out and look at a flower. And like Oprah said it, not to name it, just to look at it, at its yellowness, at its tender petals, at its sexual organs, at its vast potential for future life. I mean, just look at how beautiful it is. And while you're at it, go out and hug a tree and look at the leaves. Like right now, the leaves are this beautiful, beautiful, juicy green, yellow, fresh spring color. Nature has something to teach us every day, no matter what season, and even if it's a little tiny bit in a park in a city or in your own backyard, it doesn't matter. Nature is really all around us, and it's a fallacy for us humans to think that we can ever conquer it and ever even really fully destroy it, because in the end, it is us. We are it. So I'm going to walk away now and let you enjoy a bit more of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scene here behind me. And I'll be reporting back to you more each day as I listen to more and more of Oprah and Eckhart Tolle. And in the meantime, go in peace. Namaste.